Hi, and welcome to the Know Who Drives Return podcast at BoardRoom Alpha. I'm your host, Joanna Macris, and today joining us is Rani Kohen, founder and executive chairman of Sky Technologies, and he is here to talk to us about all things home and all things smart home. So hello, Rani, and welcome.
Thank you. Thank you very much for having me here.
So congrats on being a newly emerged public company in a really rough time for the markets. The stock is holding up really well since its IPO, which was an upsized offering. So tell us about how you're feeling, having launched and being out in the public world.
Yeah, thank you for that compliment. Knock on wood, I'll say. And, this market is really a challenged market. I know a lot of tech companies, as the new IPOs went down as 50%. So holding around our price is, we're not taking it for granted day by day. We're happy that we have long-term believers that know what we're all about, and we'll know more. And it's a challenge to satisfy everyone, but we're welcoming the challenge because we think we have a lot of good things ahead of us.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about yourself, about the company. You're also solving a very specific and ubiquitous problem in the home. So give us a sense of your background and your involvement with Sky and what you're doing.
Yeah. So my background was really in a very young age. I started business in my teens. Actually was music. I was a DJ, and then I became a party producer and with clubs and stuff like this. I really like music, but then I sold it. And I did real estate and some lighting, and I learned a lot in the lighting market. And then in later age, I sold my lighting businesses, focused in real estate. And then during the time in real estate, I really saw there's a major problem in homes, and I identified those problems, starting with just to renovate a big building we acquired, changing the fixtures and light fixtures inside. And it's an hour, and it's a ton per fixture, and it's a ton of money per fixture, and it's risky, and you're touching live wires. And I said to myself, there has to be a solution. And I thought something like this exists when I saw it didn't exist. So I said to myself, I'll give it a shot. And that was really my first invention. And surprisingly, people liked it. So since that, I invented many more. I think we have a total of 60 patents and patent pendings. Kept on doing. And from that first invention of lighting, a plug and play system, I really went to enhance it with the smart world features. And I made those a simple invention that solves, I think, can revolutionize the lighting industry by making billions of fixtures around the world become plug and play rather than spending and risking your life on ladders. Also, on the same concept, making a smart home is a big challenge, and it takes you each item you want to install takes time and requires time. I said, why not a simple fixture, a simple platform that really comes in, you snap it in within minutes, and your whole house or room is smart. So that's kind of how we really started the company. And those are the two industries we believe that we can revolutionize: the smart home industry as well as the lighting industry. And most important, it's all based on safety, and we save lives and hazardous incidents and many injuries while doing it. So we're quite happy to be where we are.
So as a person who myself cannot install a light fixture, I'm not an electrician, tell us about how exactly the Sky Plug solves the problem and what you're doing and how it is more safe.
So the Sky Plug is really a small plug and play device in the size of a hand watch that it can be incorporated on any fixture. So even if you have an existing fixture, you can buy a retrofit kit, just put it immediately. And after a one-time 1 or 2 minute installation of a receptacle on the ceiling, it just becomes plug and play. So the first time will take you a few minutes, the second time will take you a few seconds. And really, I invite you to our office one day and try it for yourself, or hopefully soon in the market, you'll be able to buy them. And all you need to do is have the base of the fixture, you plug it in. And what we're doing is also enables the fixture not only to be plugged in within seconds, but also become smart. Like TVs are smart, why not light fixtures? If you really think about this, today at 6 p.m. in every home in America, around the world, how many times are we going to hear honey, can you turn on the light? It's getting dark. Honey, you forgot the light here. Honey, you forgot the light there. And it's like, I tell you 10 years ago, 35 years ago, go, before you had a remote control, imagine you had to go to a TV today, change your channels every time you want to move a station. It's a headache. And I think we're controlled by voice or smart phone today will, people are going to stop going to the switches and really control the fixtures from a smartphone or by voice.
Right. So GE has certainly started to recognize the value of the technology that you provide. Tell us a little bit about that relationship and how you see that evolving over time.
Yeah, we have two relationships with GE. So one of them, GE really likes our product and see a global potential for many of some of our leading items, and so we can use their brand globally on items like ceiling fans, plug and play ceiling fans and lighting, and we think there's great potential. And another agreement that we have with GE is that GE, as a company that I think created more standards than any other company in the world, thinks that our receptacle based on safety aspects can become a global standard, very similar to the light bulb socket. Before the light bulb socket was invented, the first light bulbs were actually wired, not screwed in and out. And when GE came up with the light bulb socket, it became a global standard. And it's kind of a deja vu to them. And maybe, and they strongly believe, like we do, and many regulators and insurance people to help us, that from safety reasons, a plug and play system, I always joke about, we've been to the moon 1969, but there's still billions of people going on ladders, risking their lives on a daily basis, touching hazardous wires to install the fixtures, when there's a plug and play safe system available. So I think that G really appreciated the safety aspects that we have here and the global potential.
Yeah. So, how does this architecture become a standard? What are some of the steps that need to happen both from a consumer electronics perspective to support the architecture, and just, how do you start to see more mass adoption?
So what we did with the standard receptacle, what we did is we actually went to the regulators and showed them that has life-saving aspects, and it can prevent from hazardous incidents and many injuries on an annual basis. And we were voted to 10 segments in the National Electrical Code Book. And we believe that we call it the airbag model. What did the airbag people do? Instead of chasing car manufacturers to include the airbag, they went to the regulators. They proved them it's a life-saving aspect, and the regulators expected in every car in America, and then the rest of the world adopted. So we're kind of following the same business plan, if you want to call it, or the same path based on safety. And so that's, I think safety is always a winner. We believe, when we have some discussion with senior insurance people that also believe that based on the safety aspects, they're going to help promote it. And last and not least, it also saves time, save money, and will make light fixture manufacturers sell much more fixtures, because if you can plug and play a fixture, rather than change a fixture every 10 years, you can change it every 3 years, according to season, according to other things. So it's a win-win for all. And everyone wants to have plug and play for safety and ease, and also smart, because every product around the world is becoming smart. And we're bringing the smart in an easy way on a base that you can put on any fixture, existing, new, old, or any manufacturer. Just buy our smart bases with the smart plug and play, and enable fixtures to become plug and play and smart as a standard.
If I'm a lighting manufacturer, how much customization do I have to do on my end to support the plug?
Actually, I think nothing at all. Like, really, it's a small change. They have an existing base, to just replace it with our existing base. And then when you buy a light fixture, usually the base is disconnected, as detached, because they don't know the height of the fixture you're going to use in what room. So it's really, it's not a big change at all. It's actually quite easy.
I think when a lot of people think about smart home, they think about names like Amazon, Apple, Google, the big guys that are building smart home ecosystems based around their own digital voice assistants. How does Sky interplay with some of those devices and companies, and how do you play in that ecosystem?
So actually, we think all of those systems you mentioned are really good systems. And what we do, we accommodate them. We're an open system. We can integrate, and we are integrating with every system, all the leading systems out there, and more to come. And we're kind of serving as the Panama Canal, if you want to say, of them. Every company wants to be in every room. Our all-in-one smart platform, okay, it can be integrated with every company. And actually, so now someone can have Google, Apple, Amazon in one system, and work. All of them can integrate to our system. So you enable every company almost to be in every room through our system. So we're actually welcoming that channel, those channels in, and those good technologies to be part of what we're doing. And again, exactly like the Panama Canal, it doesn't matter what ship passes through, if it's a container ship or a cruise ship, everyone is welcomed, since we're already in the room and we have the electronic real estate and the software capability. It's a very simple integration.
So what are kind of the next milestones for the company? You've just, the IPO is under your belt. What will you do with the proceeds, and where are you kind of on the product development timeline?
So proceeds are going to go to initiate manufacturing, but main thing is going to be marketing. I think we have a really good marketing capability because our products are based on safety. So we're going to have massive PR on all the safety aspects and all the life safety aspects we have on each product, and how many lives and injuries and hazardous incidents. And I think the media will pick up on this, because it's almost the fiduciary obligation when you have something that saves lives to let the people know. So that's an advantage. And then we're going to start marketing our product. We're probably going to have every launch of a product is going to have some pre-sales into it. And we expect to start launching 6 products starting from a few months from now, the first product, and every few months we expect another product to be launched. And it's going to start with the light fixtures, advanced light fixtures, and then the smart bases that enable every light fixture to become smart. And then we have very smart ceiling fans that we're going to launch, and we have smart ceiling fans with heaters, and then we have the all-in-one smart platform. So we intend to launch each product a few months after one each other in the next coming 12 months, but we believe we're going to start in a few months from today, announce the first products in the market.
Awesome. And why haven't the consumer appliance companies done a better job at enabling this kind of technology? I mean, it's interesting that kind of gap exists.
It's really it's a good question, but sometimes people are so focused in other places, and we as a company, we try to think out of the box. So you ask the medallion people, I hope they don't hate me, but where were you when Uber was invented? And someone said, oh, they were sleeping during lunch or something. And sometimes, those most simple ideas ever, really, what's Uber? People, desperate people for a ride here. Some people want to make extra dollars here, and a matchmaker comes in between, as simple as this. So what we're doing is thinking out of the box and really accommodating a great location that no one thought before that can be utilized because it was occupied by light fixtures. So we found a way to keep the light fixtures there, but to have a platform embedded in inconspicuous, taking an advantage to it. So I think that, they were focusing in making their product better and better in other areas, but not thinking out of the box. But it's fine, because we're open to licensing too, and that's part of our agreement with GE. GE thinks they can license it all across the board, and we have already discussions with some companies that are interested, and others to come, and we believe we can open the licensing. So they're not in the game today, but they're going to have an opportunity to be in the game of our product really soon.
Can we talk a little bit about financial projections, or what you've talked about in terms of growth for the business this year? Obviously, we've come out of a horrific 2 years. Revenues have declined. Kind of what you see as projected growth for the next 12 months.
So what we, based on legal advice gave me before the call, but it's all good. Our TAM in the U.S. alone is over $500 billion. And we have also subscriptions, monitoring, and other things that maybe not even included. And we strongly believe, all of us here, that a fraction of this business of this market we can capture quite safely, and therefore we really have a large playground to grow on. And the most important thing is to start reliable, okay, and grow slowly but surely. But when you have a $500 billion total addressable market, slowly but surely can be significant revenues from the get-go.
Yeah. Have you talked at a high level about what you see as kind of normalized margins, profitability for this business, or any
Yeah,
sense?
I think since, and again, I can't say what I did say in the did not say in the prospectus, but I think that since we're in the tech, data subscription, all of this good stuff, I think in licensing, so I think our gross margins are quite healthy. That I can assure.
Yeah. What activity, or I guess what are some next steps to get more licensing or partnerships with other consumer electronics guys?
So as I said, some of them through our partners with GE, some of them we have already discussions with some companies. There's a lot of interest. We just want to, step by step deal with what we need to. So we're getting all the product manufactured now as we're speaking. We're actually putting the POs in and getting ready for this. And once the product is here, there's a lot of collaborations. There's a lot of we have a lot of interest already. From builders, from consumers, from hotels, from many aspects of the business. Each one from their own reason, they see that this product can actually work better, but save time and money on the installations and simplify it. And really, you can take, if you have a high rise that has 200 units and you want to convert it to smart today, it's going to take 1 year with all the systems out there. And we have a system that can do it in days and save all the heavy costs of installation. One of the biggest costs in smart home is the installation itself, and the complexity with one fixture doesn't talk to another fixture. So if you want to, excuse me. So if you want to take, for example, the iPhone, they have so many devices inside, like a camera, a flashlight, a video camera, a map, and etc. This is the simplicity of this device made it what it is, and we have the ability to accommodate so many products in, and then you install it in minutes, so you can make a home, a 1-bedroom or any home, become smart in minutes, and a large home maybe in hours, but a high rise of 200 units or more can be smart in days. That's I think a major advantage.
Yeah. So it sounds like the company is working towards aggressively scaling manufacturing. Any supply chain challenges or issues to think about given what we're seeing elsewhere?
Yeah, we're always thinking about, supply chain challenge and chips and all of the, the market has those problems, but we're, so far handling it nicely. And we expect that we can start launching product definitely this year and hopefully in the next coming months. And, we're aware of what's going on, and now COVID is already taking a bit, in some places in the world, including China, is increasing a bit. So we're well aware of this and trying to handle it in a way that it's not going to delay us. Hopefully not at all. But you never know, but we're doing our best, and we're, very alert to everything that's going on and trying to play it as safe as possible.
Yeah. Has GE given any timeline for when they would anticipate, shipping their first fixtures with your smart plugs?
So we're working together with GE on this, and all our manufacturers are high quality control, Six Sigma protocols, and all our manufacturing capabilities. And also GE, it's a condition for approving a GE factory. It has to have the Six Sigma, it has to have large quantities. So those are the factors we're dealing with, and we're working together, getting all the approvals and everything needed so we can start shipping product this year.
And what are next milestones? What are the next kind of things we should be looking at as investors?
We're enhancing our code position with the NEC. So that's, always a very important thing and can be significant to us the more we move forward. And there's a potential that, if it goes really well according to our expectations here in the US. It can go even as a global safety standard. We expected our team, our code people, Mark Early that joined us from the NEC is the former head of NEC that joined us, and all our code people. And that's one thing. And really the disrupting the lighting industry and the smart home industry is a lot to expect. And we hope to really surprise people at how simple we can make it happen. Nothing is simple. I want to say it's hardworking stuff, but when you simplify any process and you make it, you save a lot of time, you save a lot of dollars, and you save lives. I think it can be a big winner for everyone involved. And I think that all the industries are going to like working with us because it's a win-win across the board for everyone.
Yeah.
We're not cannibalizing any other system out there. So we're really enhancing everyone's capabilities to move and become smart fast.
You're one of a short list of companies that went public via a traditional IPO, i.e. not a SPAC IPO. Did you consider the SPAC route at all in your thinking, and just tell us more about the background there?
Yeah, we did. We did have some SPACs approach us, several of them. And we looked at this, but we thought to ourselves, so, we're a clean cut company, we have such a disruptive product, we're based on safety, and we thought it's a much nicer, and I respect SPACs, there are great SPACs out there and very successful too, but I thought it would be more clean and simple to come as a direct IPO, not involving SPACs, and that's why we took that decision. And I think we made greatly. Our SEC lawyer is a great lawyer, and she did a tremendous job. She's really a brilliant lawyer. We're happy to have her. She's leading companies of the world. She does their SEC filing, and she really took good care of us. And her recommendation was also to go there, and I'm glad we listened to her.
Yeah. So what else are you doing when you're not connecting homes?
It's just like, it's funny. Before COVID, we had probably 30 patent pending. So I got to get a bit bored. People say, we joke about it, we invented another 30 applications during the 2 years of the pandemic. And I don't have a moment bored because I'm a businessman that likes to make things happen. I like to put strategies together, and I think we did a few good ones with the code, with GE, with the smart product like Netflix did. We had the low-tech product, and we said, okay, the low-tech product we're not shipping it anymore, but we're going to the regulators, convincing it saves lives. And then let's move like Netflix did, stop CDs, went to the streaming. So we said, we stop this, go with this product to the regulators, let's focus on smart. So there's not one moment that we're getting bored here, because we keep on innovating and inventing, and the whole thing is about innovation. You never stop. Now, there are people that want to stop and go to the beach. We like what we're doing. We think we're blessed. It's really, when you invent, it's like art. You make things happen. It's a lot of joy during the process. So no moment that we can get bored or think of other things. But we're really involved in the tech business. So that's something, and I'm trying to mentor my son on a few good ideas and other people, but we really like the tech field.
Yeah, well, the consumer electronics opportunity is massive, but have you thought about adjacent, like industrial or other end markets for your technology?
So you know what, you'll be surprised. I can't say, but when people really see what we do and how disruptive we are for the smart home industry, and how disruptive we are for the lighting industry, all I can say now is stay tuned, because there's another industry that I think, and some people that know what we're doing inside is saying it's even bigger than the first two. And I'm not sure it's bigger, but the fact that they're even saying it, it's an argument, it's a good thing. So yes, we are thinking. We're always thinking out of the box, and how can we make other industries better? And really, there's ways, when you open a business in the US, the regulators come on you and demand emergency lights and exit signs and more smoke detectors and a lot of more regulations on business, and on homes, there's much less. And it's funny because we spend 70–80% of the time of our lives in our homes, but we don't have emergency lights in every room. We don't have smoke detectors in every room. It's okay in the corridor only. And if you sleep with a closed door and there's a fire, you're gone by the time the smoke reaches there. So there's a lot of open spaces that we see out of the box that we can make safer and smart advanced, and the same token, because everything today is smart advanced. So that's why we're looking at those open, open situations that people, and again, out of the box that people didn't think of. So stay tuned, and we hope we can surprise in another industry.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much, Ronnie, for joining us. Congrats on the offering, and we'll stay tuned with what you're up to.
Hey, thank you so much for having me. Pleasure meeting you, and really thank you for that, those smart questions. I appreciate this. Thanks
Thanks again, everyone.